think if Canelo was using the jab effectively, hard, the guy wouldn't have been able to come in because the guy was coming in because he wasn't worried about Canelo's jab. So he got more aggressive and he got brave. If you're not jabbing with, he has no defense.
I really don't care how big Crawford is. If I'm Canelo, I feel disrespected. You know, coming up 2 weight classes, you haven't fought at 68. You don't know how your body.
He's got the speed, the skills, and he's gonna go out there. I was thinking he put up a good first 6 rounds, but then Canelo will start picking it up. But now I think Crawford will go for Crawford will get. I'm picking Crawford.
Mike Tyson has voiced serious concern about Canelo Alvarez's future, cautioning that a defeat against Terence Crawford could have lasting consequences. He highlighted Canelo's past tendency to neglect his jab, which has at times given opponents the confidence to press forward and close distance. Tyson stressed that in this matchup, Canelo must refine and rely on his jab with greater precision and consistency, using it to dictate the pace and prevent Crawford from building momentum.
Walk right in, like he did. Next fight, use the jab, different fight.
Veteran boxing analyst Teddy Atlas notes that Canelo Alvarez has built one of the sport's most impressive resumes, having faced elite opponents across multiple weight classes. In contrast, Terence Crawford has not consistently fought the same caliber of marquee names that fans often expect from a fighter of his stature. Still, Atlas emphasizes that greatness is not solely defined by the length of a resume, but by the skill, adaptability, and intelligence a fighter shows inside the ring. He believes Crawford's sharp timing, mastery of angles, and ability to control distance will help neutralize Canelo's physical advantages. According to Atlas, Crawford's composure and knack for making mid-fight adjustments could be the key to defeating an experienced and dangerous champion like Alvarez.
Terence Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez at 168 pounds.
Canelo's really good. Really good. But I think Crawford is special. I know he hasn't fought the resume everyone wants, but you have that or you don't have that ingredient. And I think he has it. Canelo's really good. He's tremendous. But could he be a tiny bit overrated? The greatness is within Crawford. It's in his desire. It's in his mind. It's in his makeup, where he came from. I know he's moving up the weight class, can carry it, but those intangibles, I believe that he has them.
The stakes for Canelo Alvarez in this matchup extend beyond a simple win or loss. Terence Crawford is moving up 2 weight classes for this fight, which presents a unique challenge, but also places squarely on Canelo. A defeat under these circumstances would invite criticism, suggesting that Canelo could not overcome a naturally smaller opponent despite his size, strength, and experience advantages. Such an outcome would raise questions about his current standing in the sport and potentially damage his reputation as one of the best pound-for-pound fighters of his era. This is why the fight carries significant risk for Canelo even before the first bell rings.
If I'm Canelo, I feel disrespected. Coming up 2 weight classes, you haven't fought at 68. You don't know how your body's going to react. And you just think, you're just going to come up and beat me. We seen it with Charlo, his video, how he was looking, moving around the ring. And everybody thought, that might work. And we saw what happened come fight night. Crawford is a skillful guy, but who has he really beaten? Spence. After Spence, now all of a sudden he can jump up 2 weight classes and beat Canelo. I don't see it. If I'm Canelo, I will have to make a statement with Crawford. Canelo cannot lose this fight.
David Benavidez speaks with conviction when assessing Terence Crawford's place among boxing's elite. He considers Crawford a fighter operating on a higher plane of technical skill and mental sharpness than most of his peers. Benavidez highlights Crawford's seamless stance switching, calmness under pressure, and ability to control the tempo of a fight no matter the opponent's style. In his view, it's this blend of composure and technical precision that makes Crawford such a complex challenge inside the ring. More than just physical talent, Benavidez believes Crawford's greatest weapon is his exceptional fight IQ, which enables him to systematically break down even the most experienced champions.
I think if anybody has a chance to beat Canelo, I think it's Terence Crawford. His IQ is on another level. He's a great fighter and he's strong. It's just that it's a lot of weight. I wouldn't be surprised if Terence Crawford wins. Wouldn't be surprised if he loses. Terence Crawford, when he went up against the best opposition, like Earl Spence, he showed what level he's on, what type of dog he is. I don't know. You really have to let these fights play out to see what happens. He might get hurt. That might activate him to come back strong.
Could you still make 68?
I don't want to make 68.
No, Terence wins 68.
Yeah, well, if that's, yeah.
Jeff Mayweather praises the exceptional technical skill that has defined Terence Crawford's career, emphasizing his ability to read opponents and adjust his strategy with pinpoint precision. He gives Crawford the advantage in pure boxing craft but cautions that Canelo Alvarez's power and experience remain major factors. Canelo has repeatedly shown the ability to shift the momentum of a fight with a single punch and has proven himself under the brightest lights against some of boxing's biggest names. Jeff warns that it would be a grave mistake for Crawford, or any opponent, to underestimate Canelo's capacity to adapt and exploit openings when it matters most.
But if anybody can do it, I think it would be Terence Crawford. I mean, skill-wise, I think he's a better fighter than Canelo, but Canelo's also a great fighter but he owns that weight class that he's in. So I would just say that I think that Crawford has to fight almost a perfect fight to win.
Max Kellerman's technical breakdown zeroes in on the jab as a pivotal weapon in this matchup. He highlights Terence Crawford's jab as one of the most precise and efficient in the sport today, a tool that allows him to control distance, set up combinations, and disrupt an opponent's rhythm. This ability to dictate the pace with a sharp, well-timed jab has been a cornerstone of Crawford's dominance. Kellerman contrasts this with Canelo Alvarez, whose jab earlier in his career was a key weapon for neutralizing aggressive opponents. In recent years, though, Canelo's jab has become less consistent and less central to his style, something Kellerman believes could leave him vulnerable against Crawford's disciplined and relentless use of the lead hand.
First attribute, best jab. Crawford. Best defense. Crawford. Nowadays, Crawford. I would say early in the fight, Canelo. And earlier in his career, Canelo. But he hasn't been that kind of fighter in recent years. Although Crawford is also hittable. With any fighter, when you talk about their defense, the question is not, can they be hit with a shot? You take punches. Everyone, the greatest defensive fighters ever get hit. Pernell Whitaker, Willie Pep, Floyd Mayweather, they all get hit. The question is, can you hit them with combinations? And both guys are hard to hit. With the two-piece, hard to hit. So who has the best footwork out of the two? In terms of cutting off the ring, last fight notwithstanding, Canelo...
Gary Antuan Russell highlights the cultural and stylistic contrasts that make this matchup so compelling. He describes Canelo Alvarez as the embodiment of the traditional Mexican fighting style, steady pressure, devastating body shots, and sharp counterpunching. On the other side, he points to Terence Crawford's rhythm, fluidity, and defensive awareness, traits often associated with the African-American boxing tradition. According to Russell, this clash of styles sets the stage for a fascinating battle, with each fighter looking to impose his rhythm while dismantling the strengths of the other.
Latinos, they got their own style versus melanated blacks. Yeah, they're like rhythm, more flashiness and panache to their stuff, more swag.
Yeah.
We just fight different than the ethnicities. You want to throw Amir Khan in there? He's in and out.
Yeah, that's the European kind of style.
Textbook, you know, but that was his style. Canelo got his style and he mastered it. Terence Crawford cannot take nothing away from him. He's like freakishly good, you know. He go both sides, southpaw, orthodox, you know. And feel like he adapts well. But it don't take much to get hit, especially these little 8-ounce gloves. He cannot slip up. He's gonna have to set from being to being from 112, and he better be in shape. Yeah. I'm talking about like not 12 round shape. I'm talking about like 16 round shape.
Trainer Robert Garcia has openly expressed his support for Terence Crawford in this high-profile showdown. He admires Crawford's relentless work ethic, discipline, and commitment to perfecting the fundamentals of boxing. Garcia believes Crawford's success at the elite level sends a positive message for the sport, highlighting the importance of technical mastery and ring intelligence. While he respects Canelo Alvarez and acknowledges his many achievements, Garcia admits he is personally pulling for Crawford to come out on top.
I've talked so many times, and I wish him the best. I'm actually very happy for him and Bomac for everything they've done and the big fight that they're getting. You know, in this sport, making it to those fights and making it to those paydays, you got to be happy for anybody that makes it there. So Bomac knows, Crawford knows. Now I'm actually, after Canelo's performance, I'm actually leaning towards Crawford to win this fight.
Why is that? What changed?
Because I know Crawford's, he's got the heart, he's got the speed, the skills, and he's gonna go out there. I was thinking he put up a good first 6 rounds, but then Canelo will start picking it up. But now I think Crawford will go for I think Crawford will get. I'm picking Crawford.
Omari Jones views Terence Crawford's preparation for this fight as a textbook example of professionalism. Instead of rushing to bulk up and risking a decline in speed and endurance, Crawford has carefully added weight through a focused regimen of nutrition and conditioning. This approach enables him to maintain the agility and sharpness that define his style while also building the durability required to compete with a naturally bigger opponent like Canelo Alvarez. Jones believes this methodical preparation gives Crawford the best possible chance to succeed while minimizing the usual drawbacks of moving up in weight.
Meeting Crawford several times, it's like the man is just so competitive. It's like I don't even have to say nothing to him. He'll just like, man, when we sparring, it's like his competitiveness is always gonna put him over the edge, and then he just has that like, I'm not gonna let you bully me, or his skill set. And I know they talk about Charlo when Charlo moved up, but I feel like it may be a little bit different for Canelo this time around because Crawford took the weight moving up in weight classes serious. He did the diet and he did the training. So I feel like when you put in work like that, it's a win-win. So
So, so you don't think Crawford, gaining that weight, because I saw him, he's pretty big. You don't
yes.
think that's going to be a disadvantage for him in this fight?
No, it looked like he put it on the right way. Um, you know, the nutrition, the like I said, the training. Crawford, he trains hard, so I feel like I know they say he probably went up to like 185, so he has to lose that weight. But I think if he did it the right way, which I know he did, he'll be successful in September.
And I know you, like we discussed earlier, we talked with your pro debut, and now you're 3-0. Your last fight, July 19th against Blanco, and it was actually your third win by knockout.
Yes.
Super proud of you. How are you feeling about your pro career so far?
I'm